Okay, so we're going to start by talking about how to graph any function at all that you need to graph using a T-chart. And we're going to take, for our example, a linear function 3x plus 4. Now, there are plenty of ways to graph a linear function. We know that this is the slope. We know that this is the y-intercept. We could just use that information to graph this. And indeed, we're going to be doing that in a couple of weeks. We're going to be looking at how to do that whether you have a linear function or not. But first, we're going to learn how to use something called a T-chart in order to graph the function. And a T-chart is just something that has, you make an XY table. I don't even know if T-chart is the real name for it. I heard that somewhere. Maybe it's not. Who knows? But we're going to use an XY table, and we're going to put in values of x that we're going to choose as our input into this table. And from it, we're going to get outputs that are values of y. By plugging the x's, what we're going to do is we're going to take one of these x's at a time, and we're going to plug it in to this equation here as the x, okay? And we're going to end up with an output, okay? So we're going to start with -1, and we're going to go ahead and put 3 times -1 plus 4. Okay, so -1 times 3 we know is -3. When we add 4 to that, we get 1. 3 times 0 now. We're going to go ahead and multiply 0. We're going to plug 0 in as the x. 3 times 0 is 0. Plus 4 is 4. That's why it's called the y-intercept. Now we'll plug in 1. 1 times 3. 3 times 1 is 3. Plus 4 is 7. Okay. 3 times 2 is 6. Plus 4 is 10. And I even can see there's a pattern here, right? I'm adding 3 each time. I bet the next one's going to be 13. Let's see. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 4 is 13. Wow, excellent, excellent. And then I'm going to add 3 to that. It's going to be 16. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 4 is 16. That is correct. Okay, good. And now I can work on plotting my points. So what's going to happen is this T-chart is generating what do you call it? Ordered pairs for us, right? -1, comma 1 is going to be my first one. The x is -1, the y is 1. The second one is going to be 0, comma 4, right? The x is 0, the y is 4. The third one is going to be 1, comma 7. These ordered pairs are now going to go over here into this thing here. So here is -1, comma 1. Boom. 0, comma 4. Boom. 1, comma 7. 5, 6, 7. Okay. Boom. Okay. And then 2, comma 10. 7, 8, 9, 10. Boom. And then 3, comma 13. Okay, etc., etc. So we're going to end up with a line. And it's supposed to be a straight line. Oh, wow, that was awful. Okay. It's supposed to be a straight line. Let's see if I can make this a straight line. It is remarkably difficult to make a straight line with the thing that I'm doing right here, the little software and the little thing that I'm doing right here. I'm going to get the hang of it one of these days. Anyway, so there you go. That is your linear equation graphed on a coordinate plane using this thing called a T-chart. Okay? And what I want to convey to you is that you can use this technique of using a T-chart to graph all of the functions that are coming up. Okay? We will eventually learn other ways that are going to make this easier for you. But to begin with, we're going to this is something that you can always fall back on. Okay? You have your equation, you make your table, and then you plot your points and make your graph.